Okay, so this is probably going to be a bit of a short one. I like the idea of this, but it doesn't exactly lead to a large amount of content very quickly, so it's probably just going to be cut a bit short. We're in a pandemic, it's fine. So initially my thought was to do a bad summary on Infinite Jest because of its sheer length. I thought that that would be a lot easier to draw out a lot of stuff from. But I realized that the events in that book are so absurd that even just explaining them outright is more entertaining than anything that I could possibly come up with. Like, how could I possibly come up with something more entertaining than the protagonist's father killing himself by cutting a hole in a microwave door, sealing his head inside and turning it on? But I chose a different book. So this book is about a person who becomes a lawyer, a composer, a reporter, a publisher, a waiter, and finally retires to Hawaii with cannibals to tell their own stories to their children. They had a very storied past, and along their journey through each of these occupations, they get into a bit of trouble, and the only thing that can lift themselves up to get out of the trouble is music or stories of some kind. But they're so self centered that the only media that can really inspire them is media that they themselves previously made. They keep building off of their own ideas to try to create what is the ultimate philosophy, and eventually they start literally worshipping themselves because they love their ideas so much. Among the stuff that happens in the book, there's a lot of parallels. So when they're an artist, they get swindled by their supervisor, but then when they become a supervisor and a publicist, the artist that they represent swindles them. They try to fix injustice done by greedy businessmen twice. One time it worked, and the other time it kind of worked, but it didn't really turn out great in the end. And ultimately, what they learn at the end of the day is that strong people are hungry, corporations are evil, the future is impossible to predict, the past is impossible to fully describe, and clouds have souls. So.